Guardians of the Galaxy's opening weekend box office is not very good at all. Is it superhero fatigue? I think it's superhero narcolepsy. Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Liked it, loathed it, indifferent to it, it's irrelevant. The first weekend box office for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has dropped, and it is not very impressive indeed. In actual fact, it's really poor. So the domestic weekend comes in at a staggeringly low 114 million. Now, before I compare that to other MCU movies, one thing that you have to understand is Guardians of the Galaxy is one of the few remaining established groups within the MCU. They've been usurped now by all these newcomers which have come to wipe out their male counterparts, and instead we get new and improved. And I mean that in the most sarcastic way I possibly can, because they are dog shit replacements. So for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 to not perform well, and let's not get us knickers in a twist, it's only the opening weekend and there is a little bit of ray of sunshine on the horizon for it, which I'll go into. But yeah, it is not a good start at all. So let's add some context to this now. Antifa Man and the Commie Mania only brought in 106 million in its domestic opening weekend box office. That's 8 million less than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So when the best comparison that you have is Antifa Man, then you know that you're in trouble.
I know socialism is a charged word, but we could learn a lot.
Shut the fuck up.
Now, I do think that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is a better film than Antifa Man. It's not full of intersectional feminist crap.
Where do you learn to do the
I taught myself.
You taught yourself that magic?
Yeah, I did.
It's not full of anti-capitalist rhetoric. It doesn't make its male characters look like fools. All right, let's play a little bit loosey-goosey with that last one. But if we look at Thor, Puke and Chunder, that brought in 144 million in its opening weekend. Again, another established, one of the few remaining established Marvel characters from the previous phases. But make no bones about it, this wasn't a good opening for it. And it ended up somewhere in the 750 million mark worldwide, which is definitely not what Marvel would like from a movie like Thor. They would certainly be looking for a lot more. Then there's Wakanda Forever, which I'm not even sure if you can call a movie. It's one of the worst pieces of cinematic shite I've ever seen in my life. But even with that said, and the way that it was marketed very cynically and manipulatively on the back of the death of Chadwick Boseman, it came in with 181 million in its opening weekend domestically. All of this is domestic. And here we are, Guardians 3, 114 million. It is so far behind the others, it's unreal. Now then, quickly, let's catch this ray of sunshine before all the dark clouds come over. Internationally, it's doing a lot better than domestically, bringing in 168 million this weekend for a worldwide of 282 million. The problem is, though, this movie has a budget of $250 million, which I've got to be honest with you, I didn't see on the screen at all. I really didn't. Which makes this movie have to hit somewhere in the region of 700 million to break even. And I personally, off the back of this opening weekend, just can't see that happening at all. So what exactly is going on here? Is it superhero fatigue? Well, that means you're getting tired of superhero movies. I think we're into superhero narcolepsy. I don't think people can actually stay awake. never mind are tired. You see, the problem with Marvel movies is they can never stand really on their own anymore. And that's Marvel's own fault. Once upon a time, you used to have standalone films that built up the characters, not your overarching story that you wanted to tell, and then they would be pushed together for a big event. Nowadays, we're told, oh, you gotta watch Ant-Man, that's the most important movie since Endgame. And nobody's falling for this horse shit. They're looking at the quality of the movies and they're seeing how drastically it's declined. How we used to get these amazing films like Captain America and Winter Soldier, Civil War, when Tony and Captain America went toe to toe. And now we're getting Ironheart TV series, which have been delayed. Agatha Harkness TV series, which has been delayed. Echo TV series, which has been delayed. And of course, Marvel are pushing you to watch every single solitary thing. When everything is special, nothing is special. Once upon a time, you'd build up to a crescendo. You'd build up to your Avengers movie, your Age of Ultron movie, and then eventually through to the Infinity War and Endgame. But now Marvel want the crescendo to start immediately. And you must consume everything, all movie, all TV show, regardless of the quality. And more importantly for me, regardless of the quality of character that they're trying to give you. Marvel have taught their audience to be so concerned with multiverses and overarching stories that they've turned them off to actual good characterization and self-contained stories that doesn't have to be bloody full of cosmic shite. And that's another big problem that they have. The cosmic shite. Ever since the end of Endgame, virtually every single Marvel movie we've had since has been some sort of cosmic nonsense. Black Widow was meant to be more grounded, but after that, we've had a string of Shang-Chi, then we've had Eternals, Spider-Man, but that's Sony, and that was still a multiverse thing. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Thor, Love and Thunder, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, one ethno-state versus another ethno-state, funsies. Then we've got Ant-Man and the Commie Mania, and finally, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. There's nothing grounded anymore. There's no relatable characters anymore. Everyone is firing off powers of unknown origin that do unknown damage to unknown people. We're seeing laser rifles being blasted into people and they just get up and they're fine. Nothing is tangible for us anymore. Everything is just completely out in the ether. And with the Marvels next on the horizon, it's not gonna get any better. Are you looking forward to watching the girl who's doing an impression of Spider-Man that got her superpowers delivered by a fucking postman? Are you excited to see that blonde, miserable, obnoxious twat? Yes, Brie Larson.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
Yes! Are you looking forward to Monica Rambeau touching something and doing some more powery shit? Because that's all she does is touch things and powers happen. Fucking hell! Whether or not you like Guardians of the Galaxy is irrelevant. The box office is showing what it is, which is significant diminishing returns now. Sadly, Marvel have delivered way too many duds and people are just sick and tired of it. No longer are they hyped up for the next movie because the movie that was previous to it has been a monumental letdown. There isn't a gradual build-up of progression of quality towards a peak, i.e. Infinity War. No, this is a downward spiral that's tumbling out of control, and Marvel are desperate for you to go and see the next piece of shit. I think people are just a bit sick and tired of that. I'm not remotely surprised. Marvel didn't create superhero fatigue. They created Superhero Narcolepsy. Oh. Good luck, DC. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.